Dave here, how are you? I'm in the process of insulating my garage door. Now it's a good size, this door. This is 6 meters wide by 2.9 meters tall. And during summer, it gets hot. And during winter, it gets cold too. It's winter at the moment, and that is cold to touch. I've already put a few panels in, and I'll tell you what, this is beautiful. It's nice and warm, as a matter of fact, leaning on it, because it's insulating. So the other good thing about this is that, hear that? Huge difference in sound. Now, I use machines in this building, and this has been an area where I've had a little bit of sound leakage. It's acted like a drum, you know, it's resonating all around the neighborhood. Lucky I don't have neighbors too close. Even so, it's a good idea to try and tone the sound down if you can. Now, the whole process, I searched and searched and searched over the internet to try and find the easiest, most cost-efficient way of doing this. Now, I have never seen a garage door in Australia that's insulated. I've only seen them in the United States. Now, I'm sure United States and Norway, all of those countries that suffer from very extreme cold, have this. So I thought, how do I go about it? Anyway, eventually I got in touch with a guy called Simon at Foam Sales. And they're over in Western Australia at Booragoon. Now, how do I remember that? Sounds like Blue Lagoon. That'll be a tip for you. Now, when I spoke to Simon, he said there's a few tips. And I'm so appreciative of what he told me. He said, do not use glue. Now, I asked him why not, and he said because the foam does not expand and contract. The steel will. It will expand and contract with the temperature, and it will separate from the foam if you try and glue it, because it'll just keep on moving backwards and forwards and shear off. He said what to do is to measure the distance between the inside of this lip and the bottom lip. Now, I'm going to step back here a little bit further, and I've actually cut a piece of timber to the right length. Now, if you watch what I do here, I drop it into the lip at the bottom, and then I made it so it just scrapes through and get to the inside. So what I've been doing with these panels is I've slid it up to the top or down into the bottom, then pushed it in and used a very wide chisel just to sneak it up a little bit, put it in, and just lift it up either end and push against the top as it's happening. Now, why am I pushing against it? This is a panel lift door, and each one of these panels, there is a pattern in it, and the pattern is there to stiffen the sheet of steel. Otherwise, it would wobble around, you know, like a Ouija board. Not a Ouija board. Like, I can't even say Rolf Harris, can I? Because that's not... Am I allowed to mention Rolf Harris? A flat piece of steel that's that thin will wobble around all over the place. They put the pattern in there to stiffen it up so it doesn't. It makes it much stronger. So because it's got that pattern, it's now thicker and thinner in all sorts of spots. So here's what we do. We put this in here to where we're going to, get a tape measure, and we measure from the highest part of this profile, and right there, I don't know if you can see that, but that's 30 millimeters. So that's how we measure it. Then what do we do? Well, this is our length of our polystyrene, and then when I put the polystyrene panels in and pushed it back up, the edge of this lip is just pushing into it so it won't slide. So this is great. This is really good. I'm going to keep going, and the thing you need to do is you measure in between. Don't be like Muggins here and measure the distance into there as well. Measure from the edge to the edge, and then you won't have to cut every piece like I just had to. Okay, but it was easy. I cut it with the TS55 on my docking station. Did a magic job. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to keep at it, and I'll put the other camera on. You can watch me go crazy. I'll put it on fast speed. Look like I'm very, very efficient. I'm really going quite slow because I'm old. Anyway, here we go. One of the other things I forgot to mention was, see these big stiffening beams here? This one here, down here and down here, they're in front, as you can see. They're in front of the panel. I was under the impression I'd probably have to take all of those off one at a time to be able to get the panels in, but you don't. It's quite easy. I'll show you. It's pretty quick, wasn't it? The things I would have done different if I was doing this for a living, I would make sure that I'd measured in between all the vertical sections on the door, not in behind them. I would measure the height exactly the same way by pushing that piece of stick in, going to the inside of the lip and then to the underside of the top lip. That was perfect. The thickness was perfect, as I say, measuring from the high point of the profile that's there, that's in the pressed metal, to the inside of the lip. I wouldn't use a chisel unless I absolutely needed to move the sheet. I found that by thumping the edge of the polystyrene and holding it and pushing it down at the same time, it did just shake it down into position. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy with it, and the amount of light that this will reflect back into the garage will be brilliant. This is all pushing towards this mystery machine that's coming and it's going to live in this garage, and you need to come back because that will probably be my next video assembling this thing. So thanks for watching. Keep on coming back. Click the thumb button if you like what I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel just down there. Click on that little button. Ring the bell. That'll let you know next time I'm putting a video up. See you next time. Bye. Love it.